It's been a long time since there's been a heavyweight.
It's Lehman Brewster, and then in his next fight was knocked down by DeBarrel Williamson. That he would.
He's not out there to joke around. He's out there to try to win. And he's fighting the smartest fight that he could fight right now.
Inside.
And landed a left hook. And now Wladimir lands a left hook as Povetkin advances.
Povetkin definitely has the right idea. I don't know how long he'll sustain it, but he definitely is fighting the right thing.
Now Wladimir starts to get the jab going. That's the weapon with which he has architected most of his victories over the years.
And he's starting to time.
Much better and much more dangerous fighter.
Teaching him many of the lessons he had previously taught.
That's the punch that Povetkin has to land right there. That overhand. If I were him, I would be looking to take away the jab and throw the overhand.
Klitschko landed a left hook.
Hurt Povetkin, but he threw him down, so I can't. He see Klitschko constantly land, feints the jab and comes around with the hook. That was the best punch of the fight so far, out the bit, but you can't tell because Klitschko leaned all of his weight on him and then threw him to the canvas. Him clean every time. He's a short guy. He just has to get close and get his hands on Klitschko.
Hired Alexander Zimin, a former coach of the Russian amateurs, who started as a professional trainer back in the...
Next to my friend Nikolai and his son Sasha.
Putting his arms around me.
That overhand right came a lot closer that time. Guy, you got to go at him with the intentions to get him out of there. No sense to outbox him.
That was a jab.
He knocked Povetkin as a knockdown in round 2, and that was a perfect example of a pure...
Compared him to Larry Holmes at the top of the show, Jim, and he has that kind of jab.
And now the round.
Oh, that was a good... It was more of a hook. There it is. Yes, what I thought it was a very short hook that caused the damage. That's what he hit him with early in the round when I said, whoa.
For Povetkin.
Another heavyweight champion of the past who was able to do that is Sonny Liston. Really heavy jab, could turn it into a hook when he wanted, and Klitschko there did the same thing and scored the knockdown. This fight, maybe the most effective punch is jab, but that's the set that he's twice rocked Povetkin with that short
exchange.
Another quick left by Klitschko as Povetkin tries to move by.
Klitschko responds to it.
Because, of course, for as long as Wladimir fights...
Heavyweight like Povetkin, 225 pounds. That if they land cleanly, something's going to happen.
Yeah, that was a...
That's to nothing, Wladimir Klitschko. You got to give him an extra point for the knockdown in round 2. You know, Jim, I got to tell you, Louis Pabon lets him get away with an awful lot. I mean, I love Wladimir as a fighter, but...
That's what Povetkin can't allow to happen. He can't allow Klitschko to hit him with that jab repeatedly.
Hear about how difficult it might be for Povetkin to go 12.
Yep. Every time they get close like that right there, Klitschko is...
On the back of Povetkin's neck. That's what tall fighters are taught to do on the inside, to wear down the shorter and more aggressive fighters. But
Povetkin has to do something to get it. There you go, to get it momentum here, because Klitschko, if he gets comfortable, it'll be very difficult to deal with him.
Before Emmanuel took...
They see Klitschko landing that jab. Up jab. Oh, Povetkin came over the top of the up jab with the right hand, though. Once again, that same jab right to the top of the head is causing Povetkin all types of problems.
Cognizant of those numbers, not available to them, not a part of how they score the fight. Wladimir landing a couple of jabs.
Couple times with that right hand, it could be bad, it could get ugly.
And it's whether or not Povetkin is holding.
That's been the strategy since round 1.
To Lennox Lewis. Lennox, like Wladimir, would hold you down and keep you in jail and tire you out when you fought him. Wladimir...
If Povetkin ever was to win the fight, it would be right now. Now would be the chance to take it, because that...
After 5 rounds on Harold Lederman's unofficial scorecard. 3 official scorers scoring at ringside in Moscow, 2 of them. And the third is from Belgium.
Now it looks like Klitschko may be getting a second win. There it is right there.
There's the right-hand shot. Lands over the top for Alexander Povetkin.
53, Wladimir Klitschko. But I got to tell you something, Jim. When Alexander Povetkin gets inside, even try it. I would get inside of...
There's a hard 1-2 by Klitschko, and he throws Povetkin to the canvas. And Pabon's going to call it a knockdown.
Or the ref has done Povetkin no favors.
So that's the second knockdown of the fight, the second knockdown of Povetkin's career. And that was the most solid 1-2 combination.
That's because he has Povetkin waiting on him now. Povetkin can't wait on him.
There's another hold on to Vladimir's arm. Povetkin is tiring, and Wladimir is hurting him with every punch at this moment.
Although he's doing it at Povetkin's distance.
And now there's again 2 knockdowns in this round. And at this point, Povetkin's get on the scorecards.
Only because they didn't bring the fight to you like that.
Left hook lands, and Povetkin is staggered again and holding on. That was a beautiful, quick left hook inside.
His work. But Povetkin is doing something to make Wladimir feel, there are the short left hook on the inside again.
And there's the third knockdown of the round, and the fourth knockdown of the fight. And Povetkin wants to argue about it. I think his legs are gone because of all the holding on the back that Klitschko has been able to do for him.
And I agree with you 100%. They see that jab followed by a good right hand, the best right hand of the fight, I think, for Klitschko. I can't say getting some really good punches throughout the fight, like that punch right there. But most of the time that he's gone down and missed, there's that little short uppercut on the inside, followed by a double left hook, then a push. So we really...
As a heavyweight can't be effective, that's just not true.
Povetkin down in a clinch, and a moment ago, he got Povetkin to walk straight forward into a right up's the case. We mentioned in the last round, stepping inside.
He would be catching Klitschko more often.
But when you've just been down 3 rounds in the Wladimir wanted to throw them. But of course, taller guys sometimes don't like to because of the countering.
Now that was a knockdown. The referee didn't call it. That was a knockdown. The jab,
one of those jab turns.
Didn't call a knockdown here, then maybe that evens things up for the pushes in the... That's been going on throughout the fight.
Yeah.
Man, the way Klitschko turns that jab into a short hook is really a beautiful
it's
thing.
Devastating and dangerous.
Povetkin missed with the left hook.
That hook with
Klitschko
worse
lands the jab.
intentions than he has in recent rounds.
Klitschko, there's another one. And another one. These shots are very discouraging for Povetkin at this point, but he keeps... Little right hand for Klitschko. Another little right hand for Klitschko.
With a sharp, little short jab right there. Jab hook once again. Then he did push Povetkin down again, so no, that wasn't a knockdown either. Once again, he...
Clean punching. He just constantly, look at that jab. Perfectly clean, snaps Povetkin's head back. You know, he's doing it the whole fight. He gets away with murder, just like I said the 4th round when he pushes Povetkin's head down, and Povetkin doesn't punch with the open hand. But be as it may, Wladimir...
Many top fighters bend the rules. Roy, you say Povetkin throwing the right hand can keep Klitschko's left hand.
They call be first. When they tell you to be first in boxing, that's what they mean. Whoever's first will usually get that. Just like we're saying, Klitschko using the jab to make... It's not like it with that particular hand. I'll tell you what, Alexander...
A couple of body shots land at the end of the round for Povetkin. Full advantage of landed punches in the 10th round, 16-5. And there, Wladimir gets backed up.
Jab to the body.
Stumbles, was unfelt hit partly because of that, but also because of continuous rules infractions. It may have just hastened Povetkin's demise, but an infraction of the rules. Oh, good left hook.
Combination by Wladimir Klitschko seemed to wobble Povetkin once again. This point allowed Povetkin to wobble.
The first time he tried a 3-punch combination, almost knocked Povetkin out with it.
Oh.
Now he pushes Povetkin down. Clearly a push. Is taking a point away from Wladimir Klitschko for pushing.
It's overdue.
Most in this fight.
And you see Wladimir suddenly worried about a possible disqualification, and he backed away. But 11 rounds are now complete, and we've only got 3 minutes to go in Moscow. Klitschko has been able to do a lot of what he wanted to do after withstanding who came at him with spirit and desire.
Yeah, Klitschko seemed to get very comfortable in that last round, and that's not a good thing.
It would be.
Much dirtier, gave it a much better effort, and that's the shot he should have been throwing all night right there.
He slung Povetkin to the canvas with one hand.
They both are really nice guys, because in that last clinch where they both just turned around.
Here, because to me, he's a Slavic brother. Not many Russians in the crowd feel the same way.
And a dominant heavyweight champion, but
A mild suspense, mild at best in this instance, of waiting to hear the official decision. Here's Michael Buffer.
All three judges, 119 to 104. From Kiev, Ukraine, still holding his full world title bout, Wladimir Klitschko.